Hey, welcome back to the How to Podcast series. It's Dave with you. Yes, we're back with some bad advice from podcast gurus here on the How to Podcast series. I hope you're doing well. It's where I get to take some shots at, my competition, the people out there who are trying to make you part with your money. We don't do that here. And I'm glad you're here. And to the point where I even have podcastforfree.com. That's another clip. Well, put that in here too. Why not, right? So we're just playing all the hits apparently today. So there you go. I'm enjoying Suno. It's quite addictive, gotta say. So podcastforfree.com. There's a lot of things we do here where we're not trying to milk you of your money like all the other gurus do. And another fun podcast I keep talking about because I love it and I really appreciate and just truly admire the host, Dave Beckmeyer. It's called Monetize This. And that's a great show. You got to go check it out. It's, again, poking fun at all those gurus out there. You know who they are. They'll email you. Don't worry. You'll find out who they are. And I wanted to kind of bring back an episode from the depths of the internet. One of the episodes from the past where I've been talking about things that are promoted via podcasting. And are you a victim of bad podcast advice? This is a great episode from the past. I just wanted to bring it back because, again, it was an unnumbered Daily Dave back in the day. Still great content, still fun, still a lot of information in here that I think all of us can really learn and grow from. And and again, I want to do a shout out to Sebastian. I got to meet Sebastian, found the show, and I got to talk with him. He was joining me from Oslo, Norway. Like, come on, that's so cool. He even flipped the camera around so I could see outside. I'm like, I love when people do that. And I love connecting with people who listen to this very show. And if I haven't met you yet, then please reach out to me. I'd love to connect with you. And if you could put me on your camera and show me outside where you live, I've seen some pretty amazing things virtually. It's really, really fun to travel without having to jump on a plane through podcasting. So reach out. I'd love to connect with you, just like Sebastian did. Sebastian, thank you for listening. Sebastian is like a scientist up in the Arctic. Like, come on, that sounds cold. But yeah, we had a great conversation. He has a warm heart, which must help him when he's out there in the Arctic. So there you go. Fun. So let's jump in. This is, again, a blast from the past. I still think it has a lot of merit, a lot of great value for all of us. So I'm going to join you and listen in on this previous Daily Dave, which has now been repurposed here in 2026. And we're going to talk about bad advice from podcast gurus. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the How to Podcast series. It's Dave with you. It's a Daily Dave, and I have something to talk about. Oh, podcasting. That's why we're all here, right? Now, I spend a lot of time in Facebook groups and talking to clients, and I recently had someone reach out to me who is a client that I'm working with, and they're wanting to grow their podcast, and they found out about this program that can certify them to become a podcast coach. And they asked me what I thought about it. It's like $2,000-ish for a few weeks of coaching to become a certified podcast coach. And they said, Dave, I don't know, I'm really struggling. It's going to cost a lot. I'm going to have to really use my credit card or whatever to pay for this course, but I'm wondering if this is the best path for me. Should I do this? What are your thoughts? And I'm like, well, tell me about the host of this certification. Like, how does this even happen? Who is this person? So they went on, they explained. I went and did my research and looked it up and listened to a few people talk about the course. And I'm like, hang on. I can go to my local Staples, Office Depot, office supply store, buy a couple highlighters, some paper, some pens, a business cards, maybe a flower for my desk. And guess what? Ta-da! I'm a coach. And then I can go, you know what? I could make more money if I even teach people how to do what I did. And I want to be helpful, and I want to encourage others to be helpful. But at the same time, I feel like we have people who are preying on others, who are just looking for the next thing that they can sell to their community and making up these certifications, which aren't really, they're nothing. They're just an idea with a fancy name slapped on it and a big price tag. Cha-ching! You get to spend a lot of money to be, quote, unquote, certified as a podcast coach. There are podcasters who have been in podcasting since the beginning of time who are not AKA, also known as certified. Yet they give us content on a regular basis. They're serving the community. They pour out of themselves. They've learned lessons over a long period of time, and they have no desire to be certified and to spend $2,000+ to be certified. Now, I understand going to university and going to school to pay for a degree and you walk out with a diploma, but there's something behind the diploma. There's more than just some person's idea that I can certify you to be a podcast coach if you just give me your cash. Sure, you get coaching, sure you get all these things, but there's nothing behind it. When I go to a university and I pay my tuition and I take a 4-year course, I walk out with something that's got some relevance behind it because of who is putting it on. It's the university. There's rules. There's things behind the scenes that have to be met. Criteria has to be met by the teachers and the course and the outline and the subjects and the resources and the time and effort and all of that has to happen. It has to all be certified before it can certify others. So I could create the How to Podcast series podcaster certification course, charge you $2,500 for 3 weeks of my time, and at the end, create a certification on Canva and email it to you and go, ta-da, congratulations, you're certified. And I get so upset because podcasting is not meant to be a funnel. Podcasting is meant to be a way of communicating and connecting with an audience and for you to share your message. It doesn't have to become a business. It can be, sure. Sure it can. You can make money with your podcast. Awesome. But the majority of podcasters don't make money with their podcast. The majority of podcasters will never be a quote-unquote certified podcaster. I just think we're making up things now because we're bored or we're desperate for money. And we're making up these fake courses, sucking people into our world and telling them that they need to be certified as a coach. They need to be certified as a podcaster. You must pay this number. You must attend these courses. You must do this funnel if you want to be certified. And it sounds a lot like this to me.
Now, what I offer you, my friends, is no medicine. It is far more than that. It is a tonic, an elixir to purge the body and lift the spirits.
So that's what I'm talking about. It just feels like a snake oil salesperson who's out there trying to sell you this magic elixir, this thing, this certification, this fake diploma, this course, this title that means relatively nothing in the big scheme of things. Again, let's go back to the people who've been in podcasting from the beginning. They're not even certified. They don't even qualify for this fake certification. And what makes me angry is there's people feeding off of you as a podcaster, trying to convince you to spend money that you don't need to for something that doesn't even need to happen. Nobody cares about your certification. They care about you. They care about you as a person and what you bring as value. I don't care about your diploma on the wall, especially when it doesn't come from an actual university or a proven certified course just some random person in their garage who went, hey, I got an idea. This will make me some cash. People, please be careful with all of these fake designations and fake courses and fake this. And people people love your money more than they love you. And if they really cared about you, you tell Dave is having a little bit of a rant day today. It might be the fact that I've been working on my house for a month and I'm exhausted. But when I hear people and see people in Facebook groups saying, hi, everybody, my name is blah, 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 and I'm a certified podcaster. I'm like, what? Really? You're certified. So that's a thing now? Like that's an actual thing. Like, kudos to the person who creates a fake course and a fake certification and then convinces people to pay thousands of dollars for something they just made up off the top of their head. Kudos to you for coming up with a way to having people part with their money. Well done. Well done. One thing you're not going to hear on the How to Podcast series is crap like that. And I'm sorry for calling it out, but when I have somebody reach out to me going, Dave, I'm really contemplating spending thousands of dollars to be certified. I'm like, why would you even consider that? They're like, well, I was told by others who went through this course that it was great. Okay, I'm not against courses. I'm not against learning. I obviously want us all to improve. But do you think I'm going to spend $2,500 for a course to make me certified to do this podcast for you? That's ridiculous. That's complete garbage. And don't be sucked in by these people. I was going to give them a different name, but I want to be nice. Don't be sucked in by these people who put this carrot in front of you that, oh, you're not certified to do your podcast? You better become certified. There's no governing body over podcasting, everyone. Podcasting is for everybody. And what I'm hearing and what's happening with these certifications is someone is putting themselves up as a gatekeeper to say, oh, certified people go this way. Uncertified people, like yours truly, you go over here. And this division that's happening in podcasting where self-appointed experts who think they know everything create a course or a certification or a diploma in Canva and then charge you $2,000 to get something they made in 15 minutes on Canva is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Do not be swayed by these people who are just there for themselves. I'm so sad and saddened by the fact that some people are falling into this trap. So my caution to you, if you've been around this podcast long enough to have heard the heart of this podcast, that we bring on guest co-hosts to share their knowledge. It's not one single voice hosting the show, telling you what you should and should not do in podcasting. It's a community for this show. Great guest co-hosts. You get different opinions, different views, different things that'll help you. It's not a single voice saying, you need to buy my course. You need to buy my book. You need to become certified from my $2,000 course that I created on Canva in 15 minutes. You do not need these things. Please don't fall victim to these people who prey on you and create these obscure certifications that mean zero in the big scheme of things. If you have any questions, like the client I was working with this week, we redirected them and had them reinvest their money somewhere else because it's a complete waste of money. It's a sham. I'm calling it out. If you have questions about something you see online, you're like, Dave, this doesn't feel right. Reach out to me at howtopodcast.ca. Let's talk about it. It might be great. It might be a complete sham. And I want you to be safe. Thanks for listening. Catch you soon. Take care, guys. Hey, thanks for being part of the podcast. I really appreciate you being here. We have updated our Buy Me a Coffee, and it's there for you if you found value in the show and you want to support us. Truly appreciate it. You can do the one-off supports here and there. Drop us a coffee whenever you can. That's so kind of you. Also, there's a monthly plan now we've set up. We already have somebody signed up, which is amazing. Thank you, Ralph. And if you're interested and you can do it, that's great. If you can't, no worries. This podcast is always free. Our meetups, they're free. Everything we do here is free. We're not here to sell you a bunch of stuff. But if you find value in the show and you have the ability to do so, I'd really appreciate if you use our Buy Me a Coffee link in the show notes. It's also on our website. And if you ever want help setting up your own Buy Me a Coffee for your podcast, which I highly recommend you do, reach out to me and I'd love to set that up for you. And not only set it up for you and help you get it ready, but to be your first person to actually buy you a coffee. That's what I like to do for podcasters that I help. I take the money that comes into the show and I redistribute it out to other podcasters just like you. So not only will I help you set it up, but I'll be your first person to buy your first coffee. And reach out to me. Love to help you any way that I can. I really, truly appreciate you being here and being a part of our community. Thanks for being here. Talk soon. See you tomorrow. Bye. So you're still here. Amazing. One thing I would really encourage you to do is to connect with your audience and do it in a meaningful way. So I'll give you an example. Recently I had somebody use my Buy Me a Coffee, bought a coffee and for the show, and that was so kind. It was really encouraging to see that show up on my email. And like I said, if you haven't set it up yet, you should. And so I sent out what I do for everyone that leaves me a Buy Me a Coffee on my site. There's an option for me to reply, and I can reply with text, which is fine. Encourage you to do that. But there's also an option to reply with video. And in a world of AI and everything's automated and who's really real anymore, I prefer to do the video. It takes just a few minutes to do it. Yeah, it's something I can't mass produce, and I can't have them in the can and just copy paste and send it off as a thank you. I have to actually do it in the moment. And when I did so, I sent it back to the person that gave money to the show and through Buy Me Coffee, and they were just thrilled that this was real. This was a real human. And I mentioned their name and their podcast and what they're up to. And I made it for them. I didn't make it for everyone. I made it for them. Which goes back to the beginning of podcasting. Speak to one person, connect with one person, do everything you can for one person. And over time, you're going to build relationships that really last. And people who find value in the fact that you're a real person and you really do truly care about them. And that's something hard. That's really hard to fake. So set up your Buy Me a Coffee, get your speak pipe, whatever. But when people reach out to you as a podcaster from your audience, don't let that slide. It's a big thing to have anybody do anything and reply to you for any reason. So when it happens, make sure that you honor it. You bring valuable connection to your listener, your community member, and never, ever let that slide. Okay? It's going to help you in the long run beyond your wildest dreams. So set up your Buy Me a Coffee, your speak pipe, set up your social platform, whatever it is, your newsletter, your Substack, on and on and on and on. But when somebody actually connects with you and does the thing that you've been asking them to do, make sure you honor it. And you'll get more of it. Be a human. Don't be fake. Thanks for being here. Talk soon.